Hello and welcome to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. I'm your host, Ryan Gilbert. Joining me, as usual, is my co-host, Joel Meyer. How are you doing today, Joel? Got a nice sunny background there in Vancouver.
Yeah, finally the rain let up here for once. It'll be a brief reprieve, I'm sure, as the spring season starting here in Vancouver. But yeah, I'm doing okay. Slept in today because I was talking all night long with my buddy in Poland, best friend here. He's a guy from South Africa with a Polish background, and I consider him my best friend. But he moved to Poland a number of years ago. But we were reminiscing, and he wants me to. It's been a while since I've told a proper degenerate Joel story, but about 10 years ago, we were at a party with a Mexican guy, and we had this Romanian friend. My Polish friend's mother calls him Ceausescu after the Romanian dictator, of course. He owed us some stuff. He couldn't get into the house party. We were getting pissed at him. He took our money, but he couldn't get into the fucking house party. For some reason, he had all these excuses. You know how they do. But next thing I know, I wake up in a puddle of piss because I'm a fucking drunken idiot. And this is the night before I have to go to Romania to meet my fiance. And so I wake up there. There's a couple chicks just hanging around, just still high as fuck. And this guy, he sniffs the mattress. Did you piss yourself? I'm like, no, I just sweat a lot. I fucking ran out the building, got a taxi, went to the airport. And the guy, this is before the Uber days, of course. The card machine wasn't working. And I didn't have any cash except for euros and lei, the Romanian currency. So I gave him 20 euros and he took it. It was okay. So that worked out. But now my friend, he wants me to go collect money from both these guys, the Romanian and the Mexican guy we were hanging out with. So it just made me remember those good old times. But yeah, so apparently I'm like a loan shark, like the muscle. I gotta collect money from my guy in Poland. So yeah, this should be interesting going forward.
Yeah, so that sounded like the start of a bad joke, like a Polish guy, Romanian guy, and a Mexican guy all walk into a house party.
What can go wrong?
Yeah, good stuff there. They're doing pretty well. It's been a few nice days here in Philadelphia, 60 degrees or so Fahrenheit. So it's been nice spring-like days. I know it's supposed to get cold again next week, but good to have there. Some good hockey going on in Philadelphia as well, with it dominating the Penguins last night. We'll get into that with our puck buck bets there. But yeah, make sure here top of the show you subscribe to the Hockey Gambling Podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to the podcast, as well as YouTube. Like, comment, all that good stuff there. Discord, sg.pn/Discord, and Twitter at HockeySGPN. Let's go right into these puck buck bets from last night. Ooh. I went 4-2, up 54.85 puck bucks. Joel 4-7, down 42.64. I'll start here. Flyers -142. That line came down to like -125, -120. I don't know why, but
the market was way wrong yesterday. I had so bad for CLV was not my friend yesterday, but thankfully it wasn't too bad. Although the puck bucks say otherwise.
Yeah, so I mean that was an easy one for the Flyers. Went up. The Nedeljkovic is just awful, and they have Blomqvist as their backup in Jari in the AHL. So the Penguins are going nowhere. Ducks though +164. They were up 2-0. Sabres came back. Credit to Buffalo there. Looks like the shot totals were 37-18. They scored 3 in the third period. Yeah, that's kind of a tough loss there. Toronto came back for the overtime win. Did not cover the puck line. Tampa Bay, relatively easy win. Looking at it, Draisaitl scored early, then a 4-1 win for Tampa. And Florida there at home against Nashville. No, on the road in Nashville, 4-1 win. It's just a nice 4-2 day for me.
It sounds like you didn't watch any hockey yesterday.
No, I was at the Flyers game. I didn't watch shit.
Fair enough. Yeah, like I was saying, the market was way off yesterday. I thought I got terrible line movement, probably the worst in my career of betting hockey. This was all these lines moved against me, and it's tough betting dogs on the show because the dogs typically get bet against, so you get better numbers later in the day. So the round robin, actually, the numbers were actually pretty good. So we still made a bit of a profit. We're still 3-0 in the HTP RRP round robin parlay, with the Montreal and the Blue Jackets both winning, and the Ducks. Yeah, they just ran out of gas in third period. Sabres are all over them there, so lost that one. Bruins, Leafs under 5.5. Never stood a chance. Terrible bet. They got nine goals in that one. Leafs were lucky to win that one at all. But yeah, Canadians, that was a nice win. Dominated the Hurricanes. Hurricanes like got all the money, minus 220, minus 230 at close, and the Canadians won that one for like with ease. Blue Jackets, this was a little bit sweaty. The Stars came back. Blue Jackets were winning by 3 goals at one point, 4-1. But yeah, that was a comfortable 6-4 win in the end. Yeah, Philly over 5.5. Nice win there. 6-1 final, I'm pretty sure. 7-1. That. Philly just fucking crushed them. Lightning, again, you mentioned that. Comfortable win there. Islanders, oh my word. Like, the Islanders were the better team for most of the game. But the Rangers, they had fucking 4 goals and 9 shots, and Sorokin just shit the bed. Like, that's what we talk about when we say that the goaltending doesn't matter. Not that it doesn't matter, but the variance is so large in goaltending, so you just can't count on a goaltender on a game-to-game basis. So we lost the Islanders and the under 5.5.
We had an important goal from the Rangers, though, in that game, didn't we?
Yes, Matt Rempe. Let's go. One more to go. We got over 2.5 for a joke bet. But yeah, we got, 25 games to go or so. So hopefully he gets the job done. Nashville, yeah, I was against you in that one. You were right in that front. Yeah, they were never really in that one. Yeah, even in the third period when they were down, they were still dominated by the Panthers. Like the game from the Panthers, Blues, Kraken under 5.5. Well, the Kraken did their job. They didn't score much until the garbage time. But yeah, 7-2. Again, these totals are not even fucking close. Terrible job by me. Again, Blackhawks, Coyotes over 6.5. 2-1. I needed one more goal for the fucking salami, and they couldn't fucking give me an empty netter. So it was one of those close margins. But that sucked. That was a bad way to end the night. But whatever. We move on. We march on.
Yeah, that's a shitty salami there, because you got some high scoring games early on, and then like the final.
Yeah, there was like some wildly high scoring games, and then some fucking duds.
Yeah, that's rough there. I mean, but that's the salami. Sometimes it hits, sometimes it doesn't. It's
the funnest bet in sports, I'm telling you.
Yeah. Right. Make sure you check out the SGPN merch store, Merch Madness, promo code Madness for 20% off anything in the SGPN merch store, including that nice Hockey on the Podcast hoodie and stuff in there. So make sure you check that out. Anything here you want to touch on before we get into the games?
I have a future to mention. I don't know if you want to do that now or
we could do that now. Yeah,
we could do that now. Well, I did bet a lot of Lightning today.
Okay.
I mentioned that in the last show. I was thinking about it. It's Vasilevsky. He's back in prime form. He's been a little concerning up and down the past couple of years, but he looks like he's back in it. And I was really convinced by Jake Gensel in his performances with the Americans. I didn't see a lot of Jake Gensel over the years. You know, Pittsburgh, I don't watch a lot of their games. Didn't watch a lot of Carolina when he was with them, but Jake Gensel, I think this guy is a clutch performer. And now with the Lightning, I think he's an upgrade on Stamkos. McDonough coming back there, massive upgrade on that D-line. Hedman still's got it. They still got the old guys, Point, Kucherov, they're rolling. Hagel, Strelly, I love all these guys. And John Cooper, most of all. Like, this guy is a fucking wizard. Like, I think he's the best coach in the NHL. He deserves his 2 cups, even though both of them were you could put asterisks beside both of them with the circumstances that the Lightning won those cups. But regardless, I really like him as a coach, and the Lightning, I think, are being a little bit disrespected in the market considering how weak the East is. So yeah, 18 to 1, 850 for the conference. I really like the Lightning to do some damage here, because really I don't like any team in the East. So if you give me a great team that are that long in the odds, yeah, I'm going to be buying in.
You know, I mean, the more I look at the Lightning, the more I like them for the futures. Like, yeah, I mean, right now they would play the Panthers in the first round. I think they have the Panthers number, especially if Kachuk isn't 100%, which I can't imagine he will be until next season. He'll probably undergo some surgery in the offseason we'll hear about. And yeah, they have cap space to make a move, and they have a first round pick next year. They have 2 seconds this year. Like, they have a great top line. Yeah, Gensel, I always thought was like a product of Crosby, went to Carolina, whatever. But yeah, now on that line, he's playing extremely well. The Hagel Sorelli second line, that's a great shutdown line for them that can also score. So if they get like a third line center, get like a second pair of defensemen in there, yeah, we could definitely see them run through the East, because
they have the second best goal differential in the East too, I'm pretty sure, right behind the Capitals. Let's see.
Oh yeah, plus 50 Capitals, or plus 63. Third best is Devils, plus 36. But like, yeah, I don't trust anyone in the East. I'm starting to soften my stance against the Capitals a little bit, just because they keep dominating so many teams. But like, yeah, the Canes, you know what they do in the playoffs. The Leafs, you know what they do in the playoffs. The Panthers have had a few long seasons back to back. Like, the wild card teams aren't going to make any noise. Like, the Lightning are there. They're always there. They're a constant, and I don't know how much shorter their odds are going to get. So it might not work. I mean, right now I think I see 18-1 as the best for the Cup, which I'll probably be maybe 12-1, 15-1 when the playoffs open, depending on the matchups. But yeah, it's definitely not something. Not something that you need to wait on. I think getting it in now at 18-1 or 9-1 for the East, whatever you can find, is worth doing. Especially before that they make a move. They could go out and get a Brock Nelson. They could get a Braden Shen. We know Luke Shen was down there. Like, they could go out, surprise these people at the deadline, and see those odds plummet.
Yeah, they'll definitely be aggressive at the deadline. I just worry for the Capitals. I got them some crazy fucking numbers early in the year, but Dylan Strome, Pierre-Luc Dubois for their top 2 centers. That's not a formula for a Stanley Cup winning team. Their D-line, though. Jacob Chikrin is listed as the third pairing. I don't think that's right, but anyway, he's their best defenseman. John Carlson's up there. Yeah. That's a weird, but the D-line is fucking stacked. Rasmus Sandin, John Carlson, Faravari, Ratmaroy, Jacob Chikrin. Oh, that's the best D core in the league, I'm pretty sure, with the Capitals. But it's just their center depth is not ideal. But yeah, it's I'm going to war with the Atlantic Division, other than the Leafs, more or less. I mean, I got the big bet on the Canadian team to win the Stanley Cup, but other than that, I don't have faith in the Leafs. But hey, they're part of the Atlantic Division, so I guess they're part of the Army.
Yeah, I got a comment here from Dilly in the chat saying he likes the Panthers over the Lightning for sure, which makes me like the Lightning even more. Sorry, Dan. Sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Good one, Ryan. I would too if the Panthers didn't play in 2 fucking Stanley Cup Finals in the past 2 years, and they're just worn out. Come on, like, Kachuk is done. Yeah, I would like to back the Panthers as well. I like their team better overall, but considering the freshness of the 2 squads, I'll take the Lightning, who have been bounced early in the last couple playoff runs.
Yeah, so look at Lightning futures. That's good to call them out now. All right, before we get into the games, we are brought to you by Edge Boost. SGPN has partnered up with Edge Boost, the premier Visa debit card for bettors. An Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of having your card denied at the sportsbook, DFS site, sweepstakes sites, racetrack, or casino. Plus, you can earn up to $750 per month for using your Edge Boost card, and your money is safe as the card is FDIC insured. The best part is no credit checks, and it's completely free. Sign up today and use promo code SGPN to get better cashback rewards and instant tier 2 status. EdgeBoost.bet, promo code SGPN. And make sure you check out mybookie.ag. It's your place to bet every sport and props in the live dealer casino. They accept customers from a ton of locations. A lightning fast payout using crypto. So head to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000, plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right, let's get into this 12-game slate on Thursday, February 27th. Kicking this off here at 7 p.m. with the St. Louis Blues plus 154 at the Washington Capitals minus 185. Over 5.5 minus 115, under 5.5 minus 105 here. Blues coming off that big home win over Seattle 7-2. Also beat Colorado at home 3-1. But going on the road now to Washington, who I'm not. Did you watch any of that game last night against the Flames? I know
That
Vladar
was
started.
one game. I didn't see a second of. Yeah, it was Vladar.
Vladar started. Ovechkin scored the only goal on the power play for the Caps. But I feel like the Caps rarely lose back-to-back games at home. And this is going to be a situation where the Blues come in feeling good. Big 7-2 win over Seattle, and Washington maybe takes into the cleaners here a little bit. Minus 185 does seem a bit steep, but I could definitely see this getting above $2 by puck drop. So maybe a puck line here at plus 140. We just saw Washington beat Pittsburgh 8-3, Edmonton 7-3, Florida 6-3 before the break. And, you know, the Blues can give up a few goals here and there. So Caps puck line, maybe, if anything, maybe look to the under 5.5 at minus 105. Caps have been scoring a bunch, so nothing too strong on either of these, but I guess Caps puck line would be my best play if I had to.
No arguments here. Both teams are playing fairly well after the break. A bit of a dud performance by the Caps against the Flames. Blues a little lucky to beat the Avs a few days ago, then just fucking slaughtered the Kraken. I don't know what the Kraken are doing in that one, but yeah. Capitals regulation, that's the bet I made. It's around minus 110. I like it. The Caps at home here, bounce back after a tough loss to Calgary. Blues are riding high, but they're not a great road team. So Caps all the way. Kind of like they were 5.5. Binnington, he's coming off his high. Like he's been playing well, but they're still a bad defensive team. They're not Team Canada. They're not going to give them the same kind of structure. The Capitals offense, I think, is due to come back after that dud performance against the Flames. So over 5.5 would be the look for the total, but the only thing I bet is the Capitals in regulation.
All right, down to 7 o'clock again here. We've got a Stanley Cup final rematch. Edmonton Oilers minus 112 at the Florida Panthers minus 108, under 6.5 minus 130, over 6.5 plus 110. Joel, take it away.
Right, Panthers. They're rolling. I thought they were really good against the Predators there, in a good spot to bounce back for Nashville. I thought anyway. I was wrong about that one. They were the inferior team throughout the game. Panthers totally dominated them with some surprise performers. Sadif, this rookie guy, he got his first NHL goal. I thought he was all over the place. I watched the third period. Very good performer there. Gatsevich, this young guy's coming up. So yeah, the Panthers are going to go far in the playoffs. They need these the younger guys to step up to take some of the load off the veterans. And of course, Barkov's going to do his thing. And yeah, the Oilers are just floundering right now. Question marks all over the place. Their only goal against Lightning was on the power play. Draisaitl via McDavid. Yeah, so again, the Panthers at home here. The Stanley Cup rematch thing apparently didn't mean anything in Edmonton because the Panthers won that one. So I don't see much of an angle there. So I think the price is fairly accurate, but I'll still take the Panthers here. In fact, I bet the Panthers. I think that they are at least as good as the Oilers. So given the home ice advantage and given the state of the Edmonton team right now, I think the Panthers have the edge. So I bet the Panthers. And the over 6.5 is also calling to me. I don't know if Spencer Knight is going to play again. Because if it's Bobrovsky, I definitely like the over 6.5 because he's not had a good year. And we know about the Oilers' goaltending issues, of course. So yeah, I think we can see a higher scoring game. Certainly higher scoring than the last time we saw these guys in a playoff series with a 2-1 win for the Panthers. But yeah, over 6.5 would be a look. Not something I bet, but I did bet the Panthers money line.
Yeah, we saw the first meeting in December was a 6-5 Panthers win in Edmonton. So yeah, I mean, over 6.5 at plus odds, plus 110 like this, given how Edmonton has been playing defensively since the break. They allowed 6 to the Flyers, 7 to Washington, 4 there to Tampa Bay last night there. But yeah, Florida is also playing extremely well defensively. Allowed 2 goals or fewer in 4 straight here. I guess missing Kachuk isn't really a huge issue for them right now. Luosterainen also out. But, I feel like they have enough depth there to make up for it. Like you said, those young guys are stepping up. So, yeah, Florida here at home as a very slight underdog, minus 108. Got to go with them here. To defend home ice. They had a tough loss against Seattle coming out of the break. But, yeah, went into Nashville. Good 4-1 win. And Edmonton they're not finding it right now. I don't know if maybe this is the motivation they need, the Stanley Cup rematch to, get up for it. But 3 straight losses out of the break by 3, 4, and 3 goals. So Panthers puck line maybe even worth like a sprinkle there at plus 220. But yeah, money line's good enough for me at minus 108. All right, down to 7 o'clock again here as I click out of the odds. We have these San
So the
Jose
Jets are winning against the
just
Senators,
up 1-0.
going
It
for
looks
an
like
11th straight win. Whoa.
Buffalo Sabres plus 190 at the Carolina Hurricanes minus 230, under 6.5 minus 130, over 6.5 plus 110 here. Yeah, you mentioned it about Carolina. Just did not show up really there in Montreal, losing 4-0, lost in Toronto 6-3, and their first game back from the break where they made a late comeback, but that was really all they had. Only had 18 shots there against Montreal. Maybe coming home can help them out a little bit. They are a lot better at home. They're only 12, 15, and 3 on the road, which is something to keep an eye on there come playoff time. Buffalo has kind of similar splits home road, but yeah, since the break, 8-2 against the Rangers, 3-2 against the Ducks, 37-18 were the shots last night against the Ducks here. So Sabres plus 190, I think, has to be the play. Maybe just a half unit. You don't want to give too much against Carolina, but the way the Sabres are playing right now, they're making a late push to, get out of the cellar and lose a good pick. So yeah, Sabres plus 190. No real strong feel on the total. I guess I would go over if I had to for the plus 110, but I'm just sticking with the Sabres here.
Right. I got no real thoughts on this game. I think the line is fairly accurate. I think the Hurricanes bounce back in this one, but that's a steep price to pay. So maybe just the plus 114 on the minus 1.5. But yeah, my futures portfolio in the East is looking just stacking all my chips against the Hurricanes, who are the favorites by far in the East. So yeah, if they win the whole thing, then I'll be fucked. But I don't see that happening, especially now with the Rantanen ordeal going on. They can't sign him to a contract, so we'll see if they actually pay the dollars to him. Like if they just like, okay, man, we're all in on this. We can't just lose you in the offseason. We'll pay you whatever the fuck you want, like $15 million or whatever, because it looks like he doesn't want to sign there in Carolina, so they're going to need to pay a heavy tax to keep him around. That would be like everybody thought, oh, the Hurricanes, they won this trade with the Avalanche and all this bullshit. But if he doesn't want to sign there, it's looking pretty bad for them. Imagine the Avalanche just getting Natchez and Drury for free if Rantanen wasn't going to sign there either. Yeah. So hindsight is 2020. We'll see what happens. But yeah, as for this game, I got nothing really. I think the over 6.5, maybe a bit of a look at plus 110, the way that teams are scoring these days. Yeah, this is not a game I'm looking at to bet.
Yeah, this Rantanen situation interesting. Since the trade on the 25th, they have 3 wins in 9 games. They beat the Rangers, beat the Blackhawks, beat Utah there. But besides that, they haven't really done too much, and it kind of makes sense because I was one of the people that like, oh yeah, Mikko Rantanen's going to not fit in Carolina, but give them some scoring. But they need someone that can play Carolina Hurricanes hockey, and I don't know if that's Mikko Rantanen. It's more of like a less of a goal scorer type of thing, like because you're never going to go there and score a ton of goals, kind of like how the Islanders too, like they limit Barzal's offense. So I don't know who they can flip him to get someone that would fit their offense, but he has not fit in there at all.
The logic, I guess, was that he's Finnish and he's friends with Sebastian Aho, but in terms of stylistically, he doesn't fit in with Hurricanes hockey. Like Rantanen's like a guy who's he wants the Thomas pace and all this, but he's not like a heavy forechecker, like a pace. Like the Hurricanes always, fast, just press. Rantanen's not that kind of guy. He just thrives on the just give him the shot and he'll score. But I guess they do need that kind of guy, but otherwise, like he doesn't really fit in with their game. So it's kind of a little confusing there by who's their GM now? Tulsky.
Tulsky,
yeah. So we'll see what happens there in Carolina.
All right, down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the San Jose Sharks plus 180 at the Montreal Canadiens minus 218. Another juicy under 6.5 here, minus 135, over 6.5 plus 114. Joel, what do you got?
I'd love to keep back in our hats after 2 straight big dog wins, but now at minus 218. It's even against the Sharks. I mean, the Sharks are just too fun. That's my logic here. Give me the Sharks plus 180. That's just a crazy line for the Canadians to be laying. It's not even a Saturday night. I know it's in Montreal, but that's ridiculous. Like the Sharks are in these games. Like they nearly beat the Jets as $4 underdogs. unfortunately couldn't get that 4-1 home. The Jets, of course, scoring late in that one and winning overtime. Another fucking heartbreaker. But yeah, this is just a crazy line for the Canadians. I know they're playing good hockey right now, but the Sharks are in these games. They're still having fun. Like, you look at celebrating. He's smiling all over the place. He's laughing. So these guys are just, they're having a good time out there, unlike Bedard in Chicago. So yeah, Sharks plus 180. I think that they got some vibes going, even if they're not winning games, but they could beat a Canadians team who are definitely they're better in underdog role. Let's just put it that way. Like, they beat the Sens as underdogs, they beat the Hurricanes as big underdogs, but as big favorites, no way. Like, give me the Sharks plus 180 and the over 6.5. This is just a dumb game between two non-playoff teams. Probably, hopefully, the Canadians make the playoffs. I would love that, but probably not. So the over 6.5, I like that as well. This is just going to be a dumb, fun game. So Sharks and the over.
Yeah, the Sharks are the only way to look here. Canadians should not be minus 200 against anybody. Like, the Sharks are the team that maybe they should be, but no, like you said, the Sharks are in every game. They almost beat one in Winnipeg on a back-to-back after playing in Calgary the night before. Montreal, staying at home after a big 4-0 win against Carolina. They only had 18 shots in that game, 2 goals on the power play. Yeah, you can't lay minus 200 on the Canadians. So it's Sharks plus 180 here or nothing. And yeah, hopefully it is a dumb, stupid game that we see a lot of goals out of. Looking at their first meeting earlier this month was in San Jose. Montreal was only minus 155. So now it's 60 cents higher. It was a 4-3 game then. So yeah, got to go with the Sharks here, if anything. All right, down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the Calgary Flames plus 185 at those Tampa Bay Lightning minus 225. Over 5.5 minus 130. Under 5.5 here at plus 110. Calgary is looking good since the break. 3-2 against San Jose, then 3-1 in Washington there last night. Good win for them to definitely giving the Canucks a scare in the playoff race, but Tampa Bay has been great as well, only allowing 2 goals in 2 games since the break. They've won 6 in a row here. So all the last 5 have been by margin. So that's the way I'm looking, is Tampa Bay on the puck line at plus 120. They're 27-2 at 27-2 at home. Calgary's 11-11-4 on the road. I just think, Calgary is decent. Good story this year for them, but I think Tampa Bay is just a class above them. So give me the Bolts here on the puck line at plus 120.
I should have saved my lightning spiel for this game because this is not one that I have bet at all. If anything, I would do the puck line with you as well. The over 5.5 though has called me. I know it should be Dustin Wolf in this game with the Vladar getting the last one. I know we sang Vasilevsky's praises in the last one, but the Lightning do offer some opportunities for opponents' offenses, and we know about their lethal power play, their lethal offenses as well. So yeah, Lightning are flying high. Maybe the Lightning team total if you want to do that, but I do see goals in this game. So if you want to attack that would be my angle in this one. But yeah, let's go Bolts for the East.
All right, down to 7 o'clock again here. Got the New York Islanders minus 108 at the Boston Bruins minus 112. Over 5.5 is minus 120 with the under 5.5 at plus 100. Joel, what do you have here? What do you have possibly for this one?
We are fading human achievement, of course. We're going with the under 5.5. We're gonna fade some goals. It's not working well lately with these Islanders and Bruins unders. These games are going over for some reason, but I do think that will regress in time. And this is a good spot to back it here, giving an even number price on the under 5.5. With 2 teams that are terrible offensively this year, traditionally good goaltending. I do expect Sorokin to bounce back if he gets the start. And we know about Swayman's qualities as well. So the under 5.5 is my favorite bet in this one. For the side, though, I think it's just fairly priced. Bruins, of course, much better at home. Going to be feeling pretty bruised after blowing that 3-goal lead to the Leafs. I only noticed today, I bet this at a book that I don't usually bet at, but I did bet the Leafs in that game. I totally missed that. So I was cheering for the Bruins the whole time. Turns out my money was on the Leafs. So that was a nice surprise waking up this morning looking at that account. But anyway, for this game, under 5.5, I think that's the best bet.
Yeah, I guess that's the only thing you can possibly do here. It's just tough because looking at their recent meetings, I mean, both of them this year, 5-4 in overtime, 6-3. Last year was 5-1, 5-4, 5-2. Like, a lot of overs between these two teams recently. Yeah, I can't get a good read on either of these teams. Both of them just very much in the middle. I mean, I don't know if you can say the Islanders are disappointing, but they were playing well there. Now they've lost 4 in a row. Maybe they get back at it here. They did outshoot the Rangers in the Stars pretty good in their past 2 games, so maybe they finally get some luck turning around. But yeah, I guess if anything, I would tail that under at even money.
Yeah, both teams coming off of rivalry games too. Bruins losing to the Leafs,
Yeah.
Islanders losing to the Rangers.
Yeah, good point there. All right, we're brought to you by Rhythm. Rhythm is throwing an epic March Madness party, and you're invited. All Rhythm users are invited to a first 4 watch party Wednesday, March 19th at the awesome Stadium Swim at Circa Las Vegas. Free drinks, plus you get to hang out with the guys from Sports Gambling Podcast and the College Experience. And it gets better. Rhythm is giving away a $250 March Madness future for one random lucky Rhythm user. You don't have to be at the party to get the bet. Just sign up for your 7-day free trial today at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. A free party plus a chance at a $250 future bet. Go to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/party for details. And Underdog, NBA, NHL, college basketball, whatever your sport, you can cash in big with Underdog Fantasy Pick'em. Underdog is offering a Luka Doncic discount for every Lakers game for the rest of the regular season. Also for football diehards, Pick'em projections for select players' 40-yard dash times during this week's NFL Combine. That's some DGen action right there. Sign up with promo code HGP to claim your special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus credits. UnderdogFantasy.com, promo code HGP. All right, down to 7 o'clock again here. I got the Columbus Blue Jackets plus 120 at the Detroit Red Wings minus 142. Under 6.5 minus 118. Over 6.5 minus 102. Joel, what do you got here?
Story of 2 different stories here. Blue Jackets have been very kind to us over the past few weeks. Red Wings, the opposite. They keep winning games somehow, some way. Like, again, down 2 goals. So the Red Wings, or the Wild rather, they score on the power play. I knew, like, as soon as the Red Wings power play goes on, they're gonna fucking score. Like, their power play is just fucking lethal right now. It's unreal. I hope that they fucking go all in at the trade deadline, just give up all their assets, because they're not winning shit. They're probably not winning a series. No, they're definitely not winning a series.
No.
In fact, I would love the Red Wings to make the playoffs. Actually, no, I wouldn't, because of all my bets against that. But if they did make the playoffs, I would love to bet against them in the first round. Like, it's going to be a Capitals Rangers kind of thing from last year.
Yeah.
Just put every parlay, everything against the Red Wings in that series. But yeah, that's worst case scenario. But hey, for this game, Blue Jackets not good on the road. I can't back them at plus 120. Like, they're good at home, but the road split's not good. And I keep losing money in the fucking Red Wings. Like, fuck, they're frauds, but they still keep killing me. So I'm staying away from this one. But the over 6.5, I think the over 6.5 is the way to go. I think we see some goals here. Red Wings do generate a lot of offense, at least on the power play, and Blue Jackets do the same thing. And not great defensively. Both goalies are suspect. So over 6.5 is the way to go in this one. I hate the side. Fuck. I want to back the Blue Jackets, but plus 120 is not good.
Yeah, Joel, were you aware there's an outdoor game between these 2 teams on Saturday?
What?
There's an outdoor game at the it's the Ohio State.
Oh, okay.
Stadium.
So it's like the Michigan Ohio State game. I could see that, I guess, but
yeah. So
in hockey doesn't make much sense.
Yeah, no. So this is the precursor to that, because then Columbus
it's the game.
Is the game.
The game is what they call it in
the game,
college football.
So yeah, maybe we'll see some feistiness here. Maybe we'll get some power plays to get that over. But yeah, over has to be the only thing here. You can't trust the Blue Jackets on the road. I don't want to bet a side in a Red Wings game because I can't seem to get it right. But overs do tend to do pretty well. So over 6.5 there, minus 102. The horseshoe, Catfish says here in the chat. Thanks, Dilly. Appreciate it. Right down to 7:30 here. I got the Philadelphia Flyers minus 108 at the Pittsburgh Penguins minus 112. Under 6.5 minus 130. Over 6.5 plus 110. I just really don't understand this line whatsoever. I know it's hard to beat a team 2 games in a row, 3 games within a 5-game span because they played each other before the break here, but the Penguins just look absolutely awful. I mean, they've lost 4 in a row. 3-2 to the Flyers, 8-3 to Washington, 5-3 to the Rangers, and then 6-1 in Philly here last night. The Flyers are healthy. The Flyers are rolling. They got the new guys in there. That Cates line is fantastic. They found someone to play with Michkov now who's re-energized. Sam Harrison's looking good here. So I love the Flyers here at minus 108. This will probably get higher. So get in as soon as you can. And along with that, over 6.5 at plus 110, Flyers have scored 6 goals in back-to-back games. Only one of them was an empty netter, and the Penguins can put up 2 or 3, especially against the Flyers. So love the Flyers and the over here.
No arguments with you. Just keep cashing these Flyers against the Pens. I know the Penguins were a better team against the Rangers. Not giving enough credit there, but generally speaking, they have not been a good team. Flyers here, they're rolling. I like the minus 108, but again, we backed the over in the last game, and we're going to do it again. Like these lines are wild. The over 5.5 was minus 125 last time we did the show. Now it's over 6.5 plus 110. So it's somewhere in the middle. We're just going to take goals. I think we're going to see goals in this game. That's my favorite bet in this one. Over 6.5 plus 110, over 6, whatever you got. And I think the Flyers win as well.
Yeah. Right. Down to 8 p.m. now. Got the Winnipeg Jets minus 120 at the Nashville Predators plus 100. Over 5.5 is minus 120. Under 5.5 plus 100. Joel, what do you got here?
I didn't want to do it, but I got to go back to the well with the Nashville Predators. I do think that they're showing some spirit. They are not just lying down. They are being competitive. They're finally getting some chemistry going between the new guys. A little bit unfortunate to lose some of these games, but and then the Jets, they're playing tonight. They're winning again against the Senators. Last I saw it was 2-0. It is still 2-0 with Hellebuyck in net, so it'll be Comrie for this one. So with the backup in that, the Jets got to lose sometime, right? And then it's just a bad spot going from Ottawa to Nashville. That's not an easy trip. So give me Nashville, even money. I know they're the inferior team, but I do think that they get up for this one, a divisional game. If they lose this one, I'm fucking done in Nashville. Like, fuck the market. They're wrong. The market's wrong. But right now, I'm on the Preds, and the total is a pass.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you here on the Preds. Winnipeg is on a back-to-back. They are 1-4 on no days rest this season, and that is a decent amount of travel from Ottawa down to Nashville. I believe they are 5-8 when Eric Comrie starts. So Hellebuyck is 6-8 when Eric Comrie starts. Hellebuyck is now like the second or third favorite for the Hart Trophy, which, if they run away with the West, he might threaten for it. But
he could win the record for most goalie wins ever because he plays every fucking game.
Yeah, exactly. And when Comrie plays, they are under 500. So you hate to do it, but Predators are decent at home, 14-12-3. They only have 6 wins on the road. Haven't been good since the break. Lost to the Devils, lost to the Panthers, but Jets on a back-to-back. You got to fade them here, I think. So Preds even money. As for the total, I would go for the under. The under is 5-1 or 4-1 in those back-to-back games for Winnipeg, and Nashville really hasn't been scoring much. So like a 2-1, 3-2 type of game here, maybe in overtime, but Preds in the under here. All right, down to 9 p.m. now. Got the Minnesota Wild plus 130 at the Utah Yotes minus 155. Over 5.5 minus 118. Under 5.5 minus 102 here. Nothing really here that I like too much. I guess maybe Minnesota plus 130 might be a bit too much for them. They are 21-7-3 on the road. They have been pretty good on the road this season. Joel Eriksson Ek is also out now, though, for them. I think possibly long term. Kaprizov's still out as well. So that Wild medical staff between that and between the formations for USA and McAvoy and the Kachucks. Like
Kachuk, right?
Who knows what's going on with them? But I think Minnesota here plus 130. Utah was 11-12-6 at home. I know they back-to-back 2-1 wins over Vancouver and Chicago. Pretty good shot totals for them, but I think Minnesota here is a little bit disrespected at plus 130. So give me the Wild at plus 130. As for a total, I guess I would go with the under 5.5, but just going to stick with the side here.
Yeah, I'm not touching the total. I keep getting burned on these fucking Utah overs. So I keep thinking that they're going to generate these they keep generating chances, but they want to finish them, but so far they haven't. But you know what? I'm still going to back the Hockey Club here. Give me the minus 155. I think they win this game. Wild are just fucking done. I know they had a good road record, as you mentioned, but yeah, they're just too banged up, and they're just blowing these games. Like, they should not have lost that game against the Red Wings at home. Come on. Yeah, Utah here, I think that they finally convert on these chances, and they scored a few goals against the shitty Wild. Fuck the Wild. So yeah, we're going all in on the Hockey Club once again. Minus 155. I think they win this game. Yeah, that's all I got.
All right, down to 10 o'clock now. We have the Chicago Blackhawks plus 310 at the Vegas Golden Knights minus 395. Vegas puck line is minus 148. Under 6.5, minus 135 again. Over 6.5, plus 114. Joel, got anything here?
Knights minus 1.5, minus 148. Enough said. Come on, I've said enough love about the Golden Knights. Come on, the road record is not good, but their home record is stellar. They beat these shitty teams, so minus 1.5, minus 148. Let's fucking go.
Yeah, that's the way to go here. Yeah, Vegas tough loss last night or 2 nights ago now in LA, 5-2. But yeah, they beat Vancouver 3-1 at home. They're dominant at home, 26-3. Chicago 6-19-4 on the road, and yeah, they're 3 losses since the break. 2 of them by at least 3 goals. So puck line minus 148 has to be the way to go here. All right, down to 10 o'clock again here. Got the Vancouver Canucks minus 155 at the Anaheim Ducks plus 130. Over 5.5 minus 135. Under 5.5 plus 114. Joel, close it out.
Well, Lankinen starting tonight, so I expect it'll be Shelob of the Mordor region there, the Spider in net for the Canucks, and he's good in the last game that they played. He was not the reason that they lost against Utah, but still, you don't want to back him in these kind of games. Yeah, Ducks, not quite a Malinsky special here with the Canucks in the back-to-back. The Ducks only playing 3 road games, but still not ideal for Anaheim. Vancouver playing tonight in LA, but you expect them to be the lesser rested team, of course. But the line is just, it seems about right to me. The under 5.5 though, plus 114. We just gotta hope that our Spider friend can make some saves and keeps the puck out of the net. The Ducks just have no offense. Like, they're just like, we're being restricted. They have so much talent offensively, but their structure is totally oriented around defense, and that's why they score so few goals. So the under 5.5 with the Canucks as well. They have no offense going right now. Hopefully Quinn Hughes plays today. I'm pretty sure he's confirmed. Hopefully, finally. And we can probably get in on the Norris stuff, but yeah, he should be good for this game. So yeah, the under 5.5 would be the only thing I'm looking at here. I don't really have a read on the side, considering the Canucks are playing tonight. Like, maybe we have a better read after seeing how they play against the Kings, but for now, just the under 5.5.
Yeah, I think I like the Ducks here at plus 130. Vancouver is 1-5 on the second game of back-to-backs, and 1-6 when Selov starts there. Yeah, and it's gonna be Dostal for the Ducks. I do want to correct myself. The last show I said they brought in Ville Husso. They did, but they just assigned him to the AHL. So that was just a minor league move. They got Oscar Dansk as their backup there. Yeah, Ducks. Tough road trip for them. Came back to win in Boston, after Boston came back. Detroit overtime loss in Buffalo, just kind of ran out of gas. But I think they get it done here at home. Vancouver on the back-to-back, kind of a game they care about more tonight, I would imagine, with Quinn Hughes coming back, hopefully, and playing LA there. So I think Anaheim, I would really like a better price than plus 130, but given the price, I would take them here.
If the Canucks lose tonight, I'd back the Canucks. That's my stance on the side.
Yeah, but I love the under 5.5 at plus 114 seems kind of insane. Vancouver's gone under in 6 straight now, 8 of their past 10. So yeah, that's my only bet for this one. Also worth noting that the Canucks have just dominated the Ducks in the past. They've won the past 7 meetings, 9 of the past 10, 5-1 in Anaheim back in November. So keep that in mind when looking at this game as well. All right, that's the 12-game slate for Thursday. Joel, you have any reads on the games tonight for either of your team for the live listeners? The Avs against the Devils, a revenge game for Mackenzie Blackwood there, and then Canucks at Kings.
Stay tuned. I might have an underdog video for your pleasure.
Right.
After recording, we'll see. No, what did I bet? I've only bet the over in the Avs Devils game, and the Canucks Kings. I'm just going to be cheering for the Canucks. That's all I got. Like over in the Devils Avs. I think we get some goals in that one. Just too much firepower. I know both teams are playing better defensively. Both teams have better goaltending. Markstrom, I saw he's coming back. I don't think he's playing in this one, but
is he?
It looks like he's pretty close to being healthy again. So he should be good to go for the playoffs at least. So the over 5.5 and the Devils Avalanche is the only one I got.
Yeah, I got the Avs earlier at -125, and then the Canucks at +150. So
nice.
I'm hoping I'm rooting for the Joel special tonight.
Yeah, so if that's the line, I'm sure Quinn Hughes is playing tonight. I haven't.
Well, no, I got that like way earlier. I don't think it's no, they're still +150. So maybe, who knows?
All right, I'm seeing less. Okay, Quinn Hughes, let's go.
Yeah. All right, let's get into our puck buck bets then for Thursday. Let me share this screen. I got a bunch of dogs here. Got a bunch of, puck line dogs, but still dogs nonetheless. Capitals puck line +140 for 20. Cats puck line +220 for 15. Buffalo +190 for 15. Lightning puck line +120 for 20. Flyers -108 for 30. Flyers Penguins over 6.5 +110 for 25. Nashville +100 for 20. Minnesota +130 for 20, and then Vancouver, Anaheim under 5.5 +114 for 20 bucks.
I like it. Let's see what I got. Let's go with the Blue Jackets, Red Wings over 6.5 -102, 20 bucks. Let's go with the Sharks money line +180, 15 bucks. Over 6.5 in the same game +114, 20 bucks. Islanders, Bruins, under 5.5, even money, 20 bucks. And let's see, Flyers, Penguins, same bet as yours, same price, whatever you did.
Yeah. You putting 25 bucks there?
Yeah, it's fine.
All right,
that's fine. I'll spend up. And the Predators, even money, 20 bucks. And Utah Hockey Club -155, 30 bucks. Fuck them out. Gold Knights -1.5, -148, 25 bucks. And finally, same whenever you do bet for the Canucks Ducks under 5.5.
Yeah, it's about +114 for 20 there. Right, that's the puck buck bets there at around the 47-minute mark of the YouTube video. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube, like and comment. Subscribe on Apple Podcasts and Spotify as well. All right, that's going to do it for us. I am Ryan Gilbert. You can follow me on Twitter at rgilbertsop.
And I'm Joel Myatt. You'll find me once again on Step Straka. It's been the Honda Classic this weekend. I'm pretty sure that's the golf tournament going on. But yeah, anyway, regardless, Step Straka is going to win it.
See ya.